All I have in this world is my balls, my word. I don't break them for no. You understand?
Rightio legends, Chaos Chronicles, and we're back with another video. Rightio. So I'm going to answer another question today. So this question is from Kleke, KLECHAYY444. Says, "Hey Biff, I'm a trans slash cross dresser, and I have been recently given bail for theft and armed robberies. I'm otherwise a clean skin. Would I be sent to a woman's prison? Question mark. I identify as a woman, but I am really a guy." All right. So, look, straight under that question, there is an answer. I'll read that. I won't say here. It says, "Look, friend, armed robberies will get you put in more hectic unit or prison. Don't do those violent crimes if you can avoid it to make a living." And yeah, so all right, let's get into it. So, but before I get into it, yeah, if any of you guys are watching and you haven't already subscribed, jump up there, shoot me a subscription. That'd be absolutely fantabulous. And yeah, if you, it's down there actually. And if you hit that bell icon, you'll never miss any of my clips again. All right, well, let's get into it. So, I guess in my time, I have seen a couple of trans prisoners in my time, and I guess straight up, like I don't think that like the courts are going to care how you identify. Now, look, this isn't me saying this. This is just how I believe it would be. And so, like, the courts aren't going to care how you identify. If you were born a man, then the chances are that they are going to send you to a man's prison. And, like, it's as simple as that. And, like this guy says, now I have absolutely, like, please, anyone watching this, I have absolutely zero, like, ill feelings towards the trans community, LGBTQ, ABCD. I don't know what it is these days, but yeah, I have absolutely nothing against that community. So yeah, no backlash for what I'm saying. I'm just speaking exactly how what would happen in that scenario. And yeah, so yeah, like straight up, like that guy said, if you can't handle the time, like don't do the crime. It's as simple as that. Like I guess when if this is your thought pattern right now, then at some point in time when you were doing this offending, this would have been your thought pattern at that time. Am I correct? Correct me if I'm wrong. But that should have been the time when you should have been asking yourself these questions rather than now. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't want to sound like, listen, I'm a preacher. I don't do that. I always say I'm not a preacher. I'm a prime example. But, like, I just think that, like, obviously there would have been times when you were saying to yourself, like, if I get caught for doing these armed robberies, which chances are I will, it's 2025. Everyone's got a camera in their hand. Every shop's got a camera in the front window. Everyone's got a camera in the front of their car, and most of them in the back of their car as well. So getting away with these kind of crimes are not as easy as you might think this day and age. And yeah, so I guess, during that process, you would have asked yourself these questions, and that would have been the time that you probably should have taken a step back and thought, you know, you said you're a clean skin, which basically means that you haven't done any of these crimes before. Jumping straight into the armed robbery thing, and correct me if I'm wrong, you probably didn't go and rob a bank. So correct me if I am wrong. You probably didn't go and rob a bank, but the funniest thing is you probably robbed a servo or something like that, something small. A cigarette shop seems to be the go-to these days. But the truth is, I don't even know why people would waste their time with doing that when you're going to get the exact same charge for like robbing a bank or robbing an armor guard truck or something like that. It's still an armed robbery at the end of the day. And yeah, just I just don't know why people would do that. So like, it seems like you've jumped into the deep end. straight away. And yeah, like um, I guess I'll take this time to say that I have only recently been told that there was one male prisoner that identified and had I don't know what you call it, where they have it chopped, a snipperdectomy or something. But anyway, had no male appendage anymore and identified as a female, and was sent to one of the female prisons here in Victoria. And this person was a pretty bad sex offender. And so the rumor has it, and I was told off someone who was apparently there at the time. Now, who knows? This could be bullshit. I don't know. I don't know the facts behind this, but this is what I was told, that when this person did get there, that they started to, digitally segs offend, if that makes sense, like was actually, attacking these women inside the prison. And what I was also told, because of that same incident, and I guess that would have been like a trial and error type thing, and because that person fucked that one up royally, I was told that they will never do that again. And if you ask me what my honest opinion is, and like I said, I have no like ill feelings towards that community. Do you know what I mean? But my honest opinion is this: if you were born as a man, right, and you are offending and you're doing serious, serious crimes like this, and like when it gets to the time when time gets tough, you're not going to want to do the tough thing and go to the man's jail. Like, I just believe, my honest opinion is that, like, if you were born as a man, then you should go to a man's prison. And for the exact reason of what I told you before, what this other person did at the female prison, this is exactly why I don't think that that should be allowed to happen. And I want everyone who's watching this video to give me their opinion, and, like, don't hate. I'm just giving you my opinion. So, like, be nice about your opinion, and if you disagree, that's fine. I'm always up for some constructive criticism, but there's a fine line between constructive criticism and being a troll. So, like, just be kind about it. I'll be kind about it too. But I'm just giving you my opinion, and I just don't believe that, like, like someone that could be potentially, a very violent sex offender, that could be a lot stronger and bigger than the females that are there. Should they be allowed to go to a female's prison? I don't think so. And just for that fact alone, like, what if this does happen again? What apparently happened at the females' prison, and, like, I hope that in 2025 that this isn't the kind of thing that's okay. Like, look, I'm all for you guys doing your thing and everything like that, but, like, I think when it comes to things like that, there needs to be a line drawn in the sand. And I don't mind speaking my mind on it. I'll speak my mind on it. But I just honestly believe that there's got to be some line drawn in the sand somewhere. And, I think that that line is right there. I think, like, you can take all the benefits and be called a female and identify as a female and this and that. But, like, I think that, when it comes to something like this, and, committing serious crimes like that, and not to say that I haven't committed serious crimes before or anything like that, and armed robberies and stuff, I have. But, like, what I'm saying is, when it got to my time to go to prison, and, like, even I'll use a time as an example. Like, when I was younger, me and my friend were both the same age, and it was like the second time I went to prison. Now, the judge said to us both, we could go to juvie at this time. I looked at my mate and I said, "We're men." Do you know what I mean? I was like, I think I was 19 years old. I was like, "We are men. I'm going to a man's jail. I've been to a man's jail before. I'm not going to juvie." And my mate went to juvie, you know what I mean? And I think that, like, I don't have any problem saying this, so I said it to his face. I think that that's the weak way out, like, he saw that as the easy way out. And so not only that, he kind of left me to like fight for myself. Whereas if you know there was no way I was going to like save his life in a juvie when we were men. You know what I mean? It's different the other way. If I was had the opportunity and I was in juvie and had the opportunity to go to jail to have his back, that's definitely how it would have happened. But you know, and not only that, like I just think that that's the way it should be. You know what I mean? And I think that like for them exact reasons, just for the female safety, I don't think that that should be able to happen. And am I saying that every single transgender person is a sex offender? Absolutely not. That's nothing even close to what I'm saying. I'm just saying if there is that slight little chance, if there is that slight little chance that they are going to hurt a female, then yeah, should be absolutely out of the question. And like, forgive me for having that opinion, but I just think that that's not nothing but common sense. Do you know what I mean? And yeah, I just think that that's how it probably should go down, and that's how it will go down. But as far as I'm concerned, and as far as my knowledge that I know to be factual, not what I was told by an ex-prisoner that had just been in female prison, that what I was told is that they are not allowed and will not be allowed to go into a female's prison ever. But like I said, it's 2025. A lot of things are changed. Who knows? You know what I mean? But it leads to an interesting conversation in the comment section. So jump in the comment section. I'm interested to hear what you all have to say on this matter. And like I said, I did happen to come across two or three trans prisoners in my time, and none of them really had any issues. If I'm 100% honest, one of them actually had like implants and everything, and really looked like a female, and like probably the only trouble that they had was too many straight men coming onto them all the time. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, like I don't think that the trans along with the gay have any difficult time in prison than anyone else. So yeah, but there you go. Look, I hope I don't know how to say that name. So Klechay, cliche. It's cliche 444. Anyway, I hope I answered that good enough for you. I hope I didn't offend you by giving you my honest opinion. Like I said, I haven't got anything against your community. You guys do your thing. You don't interfere with me, so I don't have a problem with it. And yeah, I hope I didn't offend you, but yeah, I hope I gave you a fair enough insight into what would happen, and you could, pretty much guarantee you that you're going to be going to a man's prison. So, like, yeah, I don't know, maybe start getting used to the idea, because I think the chances of you going to a female prison is pretty slim. So, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I'd be just having my have your blinkers on and just thinking that yeah, I'm definitely going to a man's prison. Get that in your mind. So when the day comes when the judge goes bang, 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 and snaps that gavel down and says, guilty or not guilty, but if he says guilty, like I think the chances are you're going to be going to a man's prison. So yeah, hang in there. You'll be right. Just be yourself. You know what I mean? Don't think just because you are, um, that's the way you choose to identify or like that, that you're going to have like a harder time than anyone else, because that's absolutely not the truth. So, but yeah, I hope that that gave a bit of an insight into that for you. So, yeah, I think I'll leave it there. But before I go, guys, I will take this time to say, yeah, if you haven't already subscribed, jump down there, shoot me a subscription, and yeah, if you hit that little bell icon somewhere around in this general vicinity, yeah, you will never miss any of my clips. Whatever device you are watching me on, you will get a notification. And yeah, I also have memberships available. And yeah, so those memberships, what does that mean? If you those memberships are paid memberships, though it's not the same as a subscription. So it's just to show your support to my channel and show your love for my channel what does it help? It helps me to go on to better, bigger, and better things. I've got a whole new recording setup. I've got a 5.2K camera. I have, a new microphone. It just helps put towards all that kind of stuff so we can do bigger and better things. And yeah, so I have membership. So yeah, jump if that's something you're interested in. I'd be very much appreciated. And yeah, get in there and give it a look, guys. I have 3 separate levels of membership. And yeah, it just helps me support. It's helped support the Chaos Chronicles and help us onto bigger and better things. And yeah, so yeah, I suppose I'll use this time to give a little bit of a sneak. I can't give anything else other than this, but like I have managed to secure interviews that's just going to blow your guys' minds. Like, just like, yeah, don't think just think outside the box. But obviously I do prison stuff, so obviously think in that realm. But like, yeah, I have managed to like secure something that is just like blown my mind. And yeah, so watch this space. In the next week we're going to have some new content dropping that I think you guys are going to be very, very, very impressed with. So yeah, watch this space, as I said. And yeah, thank you guys for watching. I have been the Chaos Chronicles. Don't do drugs and crime and you won't end up in prison. We out.